Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Tuesday, August 20th, 2024 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today is I value the love I get to give and receive and experience in the world. Happy August 20th. This is JoJo's birthday, my favorite person. So if you want to give him a birthday shout out, today is the day. And we're coming down off that intense Leo moon. It's really interesting. I really saw two distinct energies in this full moon. There were those who were like, woo, bubbling with joy, and there were those who were just really drowning in it. And neither is good or bad. But hopefully, moving out of it, we can find a little mellow ground. Today's astro is definitely interesting. It's playing on some of what we experienced. We have the moon in Pisces, and the moon in Pisces is connecting to Saturn, it's connecting to Jupiter, it's connecting to Venus and Lilith. Actually, Venus and Lilith are hanging out. And these energies are all kind of making this T-square of mutability, but I really feel the pull of the Virgo Pisces energy. And I have an interesting confession. This is a confession? I don't know if that's the right word, but I believe in heaven on earth. Even in this crazy dumpster fire energy that we've been in for so long. Oh my gosh, I just realized there's a book right in front of me that says Heaven on Earth. It's, wow, one of the books holding up my computer that my aunt sent me. It's an astrology book, and it literally says Heaven on Earth right there, and I didn't notice until just right now. I believe in it, maybe because I've been settling, osmosing it from here. And Virgo Pisces to me is the infinity loop, the balance of heaven and earth, the interplay. Virgo representing the reality, which can be hard to swallow even at times, and Pisces representing potentially heaven, the ethers, but also like the illusion of heaven, right? And so we're feeling that, and we're feeling a little pull with the Gemini energies, the Mars and Jupiter, specifically Jupiter in this case, kind of pulling in the Gemini energy, which kind of keeps us stirred up in the reality loop. And so we're working with this today as the moon connects with multiple elements of these energies. So we start with the moon opposite Saturn, and we're coming off of this Saturn Pisces energy. Or Saturn Pisces energy, sorry. Yes, Saturn is Pisces. The Saturn Venus energy. And it's interesting to me that Venus is hanging out with Lilith in Virgo. It's interesting because Virgo represents the virgin, but what virgin means is to be one unto themselves. And Lilith really represents that energy, to be one unto herself. Like, beholden to her soul and her soul and God. Like that's Lilith's highest contract. And as it connects with Venus, the yin in ourselves, the feminine energy, is really feeling that beholden, like I need to be one unto myself. I need to be true to myself. And it's interesting that it's pulling against Saturn, because I feel like Saturn a lot of times can represent society's demands and the shoulddiness. And so we might be feeling a bit of this pull, and even in another way with this T-square, with that Jupiter and Mars energy kind of pulling the Gemini and kind of pulling our attention away from maybe heaven and earth to like, look at this newscast. Look at what's happening here. Ba-da-da. Like all of the sudden moments that capture our attention and captivate social media. And so today's a really good day to lean into that soul calling and to recognize the highest calling of the shoulddiness is we should listen to our souls. We should follow our own soul plan. And that can be hard if you're so distracted by the outside noise. We all need that time to get quiet and tune in so that we can hear and recognize that soul calling. So we can get beyond. I knew I had this card in here. I didn't look at the cards. I pulled them and set them down. And I was like, oh, please be in there. I feel like it's in there. Tuning in. Yes, thank you, cards. So we can get beyond all those distractions and tune into our direct source of God, universe within us that can help us lean into heaven on earth. So when I was feeling the heaven on earth things, I had my Divine Abundance cards from Tosha Silver sitting here from the patron group. And I pulled the perfect one. And it's non-duality. Meaning heaven is here on earth as we speak. There is no duality between heaven and earth. And it says, let your authentic humanity shine forth while also bowing to the inner divine. You can become fluid at doing both. And that is that Virgo, Pisces, balancing, tuning into your highest divine calling, your highest divine self, while being fully human and being okay being fully human. I think that's part of the Lilith. I think it's part of acceptance work for Venus in Virgo is, can you accept this imperfect human that has weird fluffy hairs and what have you? You know, all of the crazy things, trips over words, whatever. We all have these things. Can we embrace the humanity within ourselves? So that is these energies today. Now, I'm not saying that it's going to be easy because the T-square is not easy and it can often feel a bit like a crossroads. Like, do I go this way or do I go that way? And so here's my offering to you. Tune within and find that balance in being fully human and fully divine in and through these energies. Now, Pisces energy is always so interesting. Did I say the moon was opposite Saturn? No, the moon is conjunct Saturn. See? Human. Good. Good work being human. But in these energies, we may feel that heaviness. We could feel the shoulddiness that Saturn can bring. We may feel it emotionally. It can feel a little overwhelming. So do watch for that overwhelm energy. And if you're feeling overwhelmed, again, this is a cue to tune in because something's out of balance if you're feeling that overwhelm. All of these aspects are not happening to the evening. So it's going to be kind of like a quiet astro day. But we do have, you know, Sun in Leo, Moon in Pisces. We may feel a little dramatic. Things may feel with a little bit more oomph. And I want to remind you to speak of the Leo. As we have the Sun in Leo heading out on the 22nd, it moves into Virgo. As we come down, you know, this Leo process, we have this Leo yod forming with Neptune feeding in and Pluto feeding in. Pluto bringing hopefully the empowerment, but potential of facing fears and even just tuning into the vibrational fields of the collective. Vibrational feels, vibrational fears of the collective, both. And Neptune can bring the delusion and it can bring the illusion that you get to utilize in your daydream to support your vision, to support where you're going. So really interesting energies coming in with all of this. I love these cards that I have, though. Tuning in. This is going to be really important. What are we tuning in for? We're tuning in for our own growth. Here we have the flowering card. So you growing into your potential. You know how people say, like, oh, they had so much potential or they have so much potential. We carry it with us always. Like, you can always grow. Your seed is always ready to sprout if you nurture it. Love that analogy, right? Your seed is always ready to sprout. I have a sneeze coming. Watering the seeds. Okay. My inner child is alive and well right now. So the silence card is our vision. Can you align with your vision as you tune in? And as you do this, The change, it will do you good, and here we have the playfulness. Your soul will find that joy. I feel like when our souls are feeling beat down, it's because we're not aligning with that highest calling, that we've let the shouldiness of society bring us down. Now, sometimes it takes a little bit to figure it out. Give yourself that grace to figure out what it is, and you may have to keep chugging on for a little bit as you figure it out. But if you lean into that and find your trust in that, you can align that heaven on earth energy. So I think I'm going to leave that there for today. Interesting energies. Good luck in this. Book a reading. Oh, speaking of booking readings, we have eclipse season coming in, and I can't believe how fast it's moving in. Our first eclipse of the second eclipse season is coming in, what is it, the 17th of September? I keep forgetting. Yes, September 17th, we have an eclipse in Pisces. So if you would like to book eclipse readings, message me, email me, get on the schedule, because I haven't even given it a month, which I usually give it longer time, but eclipse season. So one in Pisces, late degree Pisces, and one in Libra at like 10 degrees Libra. So if you're wondering where the eclipses will be. Besides that, the better it gets, the better it gets. There's more than enough love in the world for you. You have the power, and remember who you are, for you are the solution. Namaste.